Stephen just after the football leadership and race debate at the Stephen Lawrence Foundation. Stephen, what are your thoughts on this evening's debate, and how did it go for you as a panel member?
As a panel member, I'm not so sure, but it's good to have sort of debates like that. It's all very, very topical, and it's just, I think it's really exciting that people are now sort of discussing the race and football and so on. I think for the longest time people have been frustrated, working within the sphere of football, that the issue's not really been discussed properly or dealt with seriously enough. I think the guys not wearing their t-shirts, they've done at least that. It was a good turnout tonight. It was a lively debate. And a lot of that is down to the fact that, I suppose you could say for once, the footballers have put the issue of, race and racism in football on the agenda, so that's good.
Having a support network is nothing to be feared, and having a support network brings added value, not only to the players specifically affected by racism in football, but it brings added value to the component parts of football, like the Professional Football Players Association, like the Football Association, like the Premier League, and like the managers and referees bodies, etc., etc. There's absolutely nothing to fear, and also it's not unique in terms of black support groups. There are support groups for women, support groups for gay and lesbian people, in many walks of life. In fact, to the core of the civil service and government, there are support networks. So it's nothing outrageous, it's nothing, and some of the misrepresentation about it being fractious, about it being divisive, is totally unfounded.
The PFA doing enough in Europe?
If they were, we wouldn't be here. And maybe it's just an unhealthy coincidence. It was a few days after this blew up. But I think if they had that under discussion, they should have announced it ages ago. And you include people in the debate, because one thing I think people in football may not get, this is not just about football. When you hear racial abuse on the terraces or from referees or the captain of England, it affects all our children, all our community. And I'm sorry, I'm fed up of hearing it. We didn't fight so long and so hard against race, hate crime and murders just to have it raise its head again in 2012. That is just not acceptable.
We had the same arguments, which was saying we've got a police federation, it's there for all members. I was a fee-paying member of the police federation. I was a police federation representative. I saw no incongruity in me being a member of the police federation, paying my dues, actually being a representative for detective inspectors and detective chief inspectors in South East London, and forming and being part of a support network for black officers who can discuss issues and concerns that, with the best will in the world, the Police Federation were either not getting it, the Police Federation and the management of the Metropolitan, they were either not getting it or they didn't care. Whichever way you look at it, and there is a straightforward analogy. The point being that because you're a football manager, or because you're part of the governance of football, it doesn't make you an expert on racism and the experience of racism.
Let's talk about what do you mean by sackable. Should John Terry never play football again, for example?
No, I mean, he should have been banned for a significant period of time.
What is significant?
6 months, 12 months. I mean, you impact, so it becomes so expensive to be a racist, you don't do it. At the moment, it's affordable. We have sort of pay-as-you-go racism. That's a phrase that a friend of mine, a barrister, David Nita, used. Pay-as-you-go racism.
Last night on radio.
Absolutely, and he's right. The clubs, it's affordable. For Serbia, it's affordable. You've got to make it unaffordable to be racist and behave in that way. Then it will stop.